If your rank is in millions and you plan a fresh start to your FPL season by playing the wildcard, this video is all you need. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone had a great festive season and a very happy new year to everyone watching this video. In this video, I'm going to discuss how my wildcard team would have looked like if I had been playing my wildcard to salvage my rank for the remainder of the season. So without further ado, let's get into the team. I've opted to go for Alisson and Fabianski in the goalkeeper position. Liverpool have kept the second highest number of clean sheet at 8, which is only behind Forest who have kept 9, and they are simply the top 3 defense in the league. And when you look at the fixtures for Liverpool, they have an amazing run till game week 33, so investing in their defense makes a lot of sense. Also, with the double coming up in game week 24 or 25, we would all want to be tripled up on Liverpool. Fabianski would be the second goalkeeper, as he is only one of the two 4 million playing goalkeeper in the game. You would not get another wild card after this, and you will also have to plan for bench boost later in the season. So you would want a playing goalkeeper in your team, as wasting transfers on your second goalkeeper would make no sense. Although with Lopetegui sacked, we don't know if Fabianski would be the first choice keeper anymore, but with how good he was, I do expect him to start. But if you do not want to take that risk, you can go for Stolarzik from Leicester, as Hermansen is injured and we don't know when he will be back. So Alisson and Fabianski in goal is the best option according to me. You can also look at Sels for your keeper and go for double Liverpool defense, but that would be very expensive. Forest also have some difficult fixtures coming up, so it will get very tricky to own their defenders. But Forest do have a solid defense this season, and it is very difficult to not own defenders from them, as most of the people in the top 300 or 500k would have one. Because of all the reasons mentioned for Alisson, I would definitely look to double up on Liverpool defense, and so the first defender I have in this team is Konate. You can go for Trent or Van Dijk in defense if you can afford any of these two without making sacrifices elsewhere in your team. Trent is the more exciting one as he has all those attacking potential, but for Van Dijk, if he loses the clean sheet, there is rarely a chance of an attacking return from him. Paying 6.4 million just for those clean sheet points does not look very appealing at the moment when there are a lot of cheap defenders available who are doing really good. That is why I would rather go with Konate and save the money to spend elsewhere in the team. Second defender in the team is Gabriel. Arsenal are the second best defense in the league, and the goal threat that Gabriel has from set pieces, I don't think I need to say a lot about that. If money is an issue, you can simply go for Timber over Gabriel and save 0.7 million to use elsewhere, but with the injury to Saka and Haaland not in contention because he is very expensive and his points do not necessarily hurt anyone, we have a lot of cash at our disposal right now. Most of the FPL managers have at least one Arsenal defender and many are also on double up, but with the fixtures coming up for Arsenal, they do not look appealing for clean sheets, but with how good Arsenal are, they will surely get some along the way. The third defender is Lewis Hall. Newcastle have looked good defensively and Hall has been going forward and has assist potential in his pocket. In the last 5 games, Newcastle have kept 4 clean sheet and in none of those 5 games has the expected goal conceded been more than 1. They are looking solid defensively, and with the next 4 fixtures being Wolves, Bournemouth, Southampton and Fulham, there can easily be 2 clean sheets. The next 2 defenders are Munoz from Palace and Greaves of Ipswich. They will mostly be on bench, but you can play Munoz when Hall has bad fixtures and Munoz is a serious threat going forward. There can also be a case to bench Konate in some fixtures and play Munoz, as you have that Liverpool defensive cover with Alisson in goal. When I look at Palace play, Munoz literally plays at right wing position. He has 2 goals and 2 assists this season so far, and the stats show that he is underperforming his attacking numbers. He has an expected goal of 3.7 and he has created 8 big chances, both of which are highest among defenders this season. So there is a chance that there will be more attacking returns from him in the future. Greaves comes at a solid 3.9 million and you cannot have asked for a cheaper option. Obviously, clean sheet wise, it would be very difficult to get a clean sheet from him, but paying some extra money for defenders who you will not even be playing seems a bit too much. You can also look at James Hill of Bournemouth at 3.9, who has started playing because of the injury to Adam Smith, but he has not played 90 in either of the 2 matches that he has started. Many people are excited about Castagna and Anderson at 4.2, but Fulham have just kept 3 clean sheets this whole season, and even though they might be a very good team this season, defensively they have conceded goals and have not managed to keep clean sheets. Hence, for your 5th defender, go solid with the 3.9 option in Greaves. Coming to the midfield, the first 2 midfielders are Salah and Palmer, and I do not think I need to speak about them. If you do not have them, just get them in your wildcard, as they are the top 2 most owned players. Palmer has slowed down a bit in recent matches with just 2 goals in the previous 5, but he still has 20 returns from 20 matches with 7.7 points per match, which can only be bettered by Salah, who has 11 points per match. Salah is having a ridiculous season, and he might also be the permanent captain for many managers out there, but for all the right reasons. Gordon makes it in this wildcard team. He has 5 returns in the previous 5 games, and with how Newcastle are playing, it seems only fair to have their attackers. Gordon has also scored in the Carabao Cup semi-final against Arsenal, and it looks like Newcastle will qualify for the finals, so they are going to blank in game week 29, but we shall discuss about that later. Newcastle have found their stride, and when you couple it up with the amazing fixture run that they have, a triple up on Newcastle looks nice. We would look to offload these Newcastle assets by game week 29 if they have the blank, and will have enough transfers to do so. If you plan your free hit for game week 29, then you do not need to remove them, but if you are planning your free hit for game week 34, you can plan to get the Newcastle assets out of your team with the help of transfers. Right now, just get him in your wildcard team. The 4th pick might be controversial for many, but it is Bruno Fernandes. When Man United score, Fernandes is mostly involved in it. The last time I made a wildcard video, Bruno was in my team and he went on to score 17 points against Leicester in game week 11. He again has a similar fixture in Southampton where he can get a haul. If you look at the fixtures that Man United have, except for Arsenal in game week 28, I'll not be concerned about owning and playing Bruno in any of those fixtures. He is Man United's talisman and he is on penalties, which, believe me or not, makes him a very good asset at his price. He has like 9 returns in the previous 10 matches, including the game where he got the red card. What more do you want from your 8 million player? And the last midfielder is Mbeumo. I know he has Man City and Liverpool in the next 2, but Man City have been giving chances to their opposition, and an attacking team like Brentford can capitalize on that. Mbeumo also has 6.8 points per match, which is only bettered by Salah and Palmer. But if you go for Mbeumo, you will have to keep in mind that he is overperforming on his numbers. He has scored 13 goals from an XG of 6.7. The returns might or will slow down, but not as much that it will make Mbeumo a bad option. Sometimes you need to skip these stats and focus on the form and how good the player is playing, and that is what Mbeumo is doing, playing really well in one of the most attacking teams in the league. He is owned by 33% teams and his points will take your rank down if you do not own him. The only forward that was an easy pick for this wildcard team was Isak. He is in the form of his life with 9 goals and 2 assists in the previous 7 matches, and he has scored continuously in all those 7 games. If you do not own Isak right now, he should be the number 1 priority for you. I am not going to speak a lot more about him as he is kind of essential right now, and with the fixtures that he is having moving forward, he can easily score in the next 4 as well. Isak at this stage is owned by 54% players, and he might be a genuine captaincy shout next week when he plays Wolves. A bit far-fetched, but Salah plays Forest and Palmer is not looking in great form and he plays a very good playing bomber team. Not only are you getting the most in-form striker in the league in Isak, but with also a genuine captaincy shout next week. Apart from Isak, it was very difficult to choose the next 2 forwards as there aren't many forwards that are doing good right now. There was a time when there were so many forwards that we could not choose from, and now we have no forwards who are performing well enough. So for this team, I've gone with João Pedro and Raul Jimenez. João Pedro has a decent fixture run. It is by no means the best fixture run, but there is no fixture where I would not want my Brighton forward to not play. He is also the most valuable player at his price tag, and he is also on penalties. With other strikers out of form and not getting the returns, Pedro is the one that you should go for. When it comes to Jimenez, he is a great enabler at 5.6 million in this team. You can play him in the better fixtures and bench him in the decent and tough fixtures. Like the next two for Mbemo is Man City and Liverpool, whereas Jimenez has West Ham and Leicester. You can easily play Jimenez in those games and bench him for Mbemo from game week 23 because from there Mbemo's fixture turn really good. There is no other striker other than Chris Wood that I would look at, but with how this team is lining up, I'm not sure I would want to drop any player from this team. If you have that extra 1.1 over Pedro or 1.2 over Jimenez, you can go for Wood. But if I were to plan the future, I would keep these two strikers for the next 2 game weeks and then remove Jimenez for Visa and double up on the Brentford attack from game week 23. This team has 7 penalty takers and the squad value for this team is 103.5 million. Most of you would have got Salah and Palmer at lower cost, so I believe all of you who want this team or this template will be able to afford a team like this. This team offers a lot of flexibility moving forward. You will not have to make any transfer in the next 3 to 4 game weeks barring any injuries in your team, and you should be good to go in your journey of getting green arrows and improving your rank. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video soon. Bye.